Welcome to another episode of the MRA Hot Seat. Today I'm here with Tom Anderson, who is a friend of mine, but also the CEO of Anderson Analytics, which is a fascinating company and one of the first companies that leveraged text analytics in market research. So, Mr. Anderson, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for sitting in the hot seat.
Sure.
We'll try not to make it too hot. So the first thing I want to just get out of the way is some people out there are going to be like, what the heck is text analytics? So,
Well, text analytics is really a lot of things now. I mean, everything from search technically to social media monitoring, and then pure play, really more deeper analytics based on text from all kinds of different sources, call centers, emails, social media, of course, and a host of other things. I mean, 80% of all information available to us is in text or unstructured format. So, you know, that's what got me into it, obviously.
So I like to start each hot seat with a thing called the shameless plug. So why don't you tell us quickly about Anderson Analytics? You know, how long is it? Tell us all about it. And we'll go from there.
Anderson Analytics started in 2005. We basically the first company in marketing research to leverage text analytics before Nielsen bought BuzzMetrics and TNS bought Symphony and so forth. So over the past 6 years, we've developed, I think the deepest experience in leveraging text analytics to answer the so what question. There's a lot of vendors out there who have come at it, the problem from the let's build an application to harvest Twitter or so forth. But what we found again and again is clients who try a lot of those approaches just say, so what? They're tired of hearing whether Coke is higher than Pepsi this week versus last. What do we do next? And that's what we've been answering now for 5 years, 6 years. Last year we started finally building our own app because there wasn't, called Out in Text, because there wasn't really anything built based on that knowledge that we've accumulated. So that's the shameless plug.
Excellent. That so what question, when you said that, it was striking a chord with me because I work in social media as well, and I show a lot of people how to do searches for words on the internet. And inevitably, there will be a question out there because various degrees of people in different levels and in different walks of life are looking at this stuff. And there is definitely a moment of, so now what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are some of the sort of things you've learned from doing this, or lessons, or how do people take what do they do with this information once they get it?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different use cases. So there's PR is using it to monitor issues. More and more influencers are obviously becoming more important, but also to justify their campaigns. And advertising is using it for the same way, and there's a bit of a fight actually between advertising and PR on how to monitor and measure. And then there's market research, which is actually coming at it a bit slower, though everybody is top of mind now, obviously, but we have very different needs. We want to understand more than who's being talked about the most. So much deeper needs, and that's what my interest is.
When you said like identifying specific people, like a super fan or something like that, or detractors, that's one of the things that people are seeing for like who's, not only what people are saying about you, but who's talking about you. That's part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is there a point where those people then go back and engage the very people where this came from, or is it simply, here's the data?
Oh yeah, I mean, from the PR perspective, certainly you want to create relationships with the influencers, and companies like Clout, for instance. I'm interviewing the CEO on my blog this coming week, and he's created beyond the monitoring tool which now, by the way, you can plug into Chrome, or so you can see the Twitter feed right away if how important someone is. But promotions. So basically, when Spotify last week was, they were in promotions as they came to the U.S. to try to get the word out, and it was extremely successful. So there he targeted, the clout helped Spotify target influencers, especially in those categories, but influencers overall, and that's a great way, obviously, for marketers.
Absolutely, because I work with people on social media on a level of sort of corporate and franchisees. And one of the big things that, like, say, a retailer wants to do is go out there and find super fans that they can get to be their, their ambassadors. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, spot people who are saying bad things about them and try and resolve it, and maybe even turn lemons into lemonade.
Right.
So, but that's on a much smaller level, because that's on a sort of individual. Somebody said something today, we address it and move on to the next one.
Yeah, I mean that's not an interest. For research, typically we don't really care about engaging or with them. Though we are interested in whether or not people are influential, certainly for analysis purposes. But even market researchers have to market themselves. So, there's two ways market researchers can use social media. It's not just for research.
That brings me to the next thing I wanted to talk about, because not only are you Anderson Analytics, but your face is famous on the internet. There's a sort of a cartoon of you. You are the founder of the Next Generation Market Research Group, which is a major social media online community of market researchers. And if you're in the industry and you're not a part of this, you should go and check it out. And that kind of leads us into that side of social media, is social media marketing, social media for networking, and those kinds of things. So why don't we tell me about the Next Generation Market Research Group.